Good evening, everyone. This is Carmen with Crafting with Carm, coming to you live on Saturday night. And, oop, gotta turn down my volume here. So, I hope everyone had a good week. We are going to talk about two things that we're going to do in class this week. I have a couple people that are going to miss, so I thought, what better way to show you what you might be missing and give you kind of a preview what you're going to need to know for this week. So I'm going to transition to my hands here and we're going to get started. The first one I'm going to do is called a sidestep fun fold, and I learned this in the class I just recently took. So I think I showed you this, and you can stand things up. So I'm going to show you how to cut and score this. Hopefully live it goes well. That was one option, and then I decorated this one with the little barn animals and how their paws, hooves go. It really looks cute over the edges. So basically you just take half a sheet of cardstock, so 8.5 by 5.5, and you put it in so the 5.5 is along the top, and you want it at 2.5 inches on this side. Okay, then you are going to, I'm reading the directions as I go along here. Then you're going to make a slit, and because our paper trimmers, you can line those up. Hopefully that's right. It's kind of hard to see them here. So I can push this down in the middle of my paper, and I'm going to make a slit from 2 1/8 down to 7 5/8. Now, I'm going to lift this up, and then you would move your score blade, and you're going to rotate it counterclockwise, which would be this way, okay? And then you can do your scoring. However, instead of doing my scoring on here, I have set up so I can do multiples of them. Ooh, sorry about that. On my scoring board here. So then you're going to score. Let me see here. That's the skinny side. Yep. So I'm going to score from the top, and I'm going to do it at 2 1/8. So I'm going from the top to my line. That's why the scoreboard comes in handy, because I got it already set up. Then at my 4 1/4 mark, I'm going to go all the way across, because this is your fold. Then 5.5. Then 6 3/4. And then 7 5/8 should be this last little line here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I did it not on white so you could kind of see. I think you could see it better on color. Okay, so then this half is going to be my top half. And then I want just mountains and valleys over here. And then I'll stand up like that. So it will mail, and you could even stick something out that would come as high as this, like a butterfly or something. It wouldn't really have a lot of support, but you could put flowers or any sorts of things on there. So that is your fun fold that you're going to be doing in class this week. If you need some written instructions, you can go to these are my stamps, and I have it all typed out. Thankfully, Christine did it for me in class, so all I did was copy and paste from hers. So that's the fun fold. Then we're going to do something with alcohol inks. Well, not alcohol inks. Well, I guess they are inks. So you are going to, and this is kind of messy, so I'm going to put this down. And then you are going to need a piece of vellum. And you can leave it a little bigger than you want at the end, and I'll show you here in a minute. Or you can cut it to size, it doesn't matter. But what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to take your brightest, boldest blends markers and color on your vellum. This is the cardstock vellum. So you really want a good layer of the blends markers, and it doesn't matter where you color, there's no rhyme or reason for this. I do suggest leaving, you always want to use your brush tip, I do suggest leaving some white space in between it. I don't think this one's going to be dark enough, but maybe you can color to the end or just leave it like that. Then this one is light magenta. Oh, that's dried up. Somebody must have left that one open. That's a good lesson. Make sure you pop them into place. Oh, here. This is polished pink. I'm going to give it a good go. I'm doing a lot of polished pink. And then, I don't know, I really want some purple in here, but I don't know. This is dark Fresh Freezer. Maybe I should have gotten the raspberry out, but it's out of my reach right now. And some more of this. Okay. And you notice I left a little bit of white space in between. So now here's the fun part. You can take an eyedropper or a syringe or something, and you need the 91% alcohol. The person I learned this from, Tara, said you can use the 70, but it takes too long to dry. So I'm just going to suck some up in one of my old kids' medicine things. Oh, and you just drop it on and watch it run. And you can, then you can take one of these painter brushes, but Tara did say that it kind of ruins the tip. So you probably just want to keep one to it. And if you like that hard line, you can use that. Or you can just take your brush and squish it around. So I've got enough alcohol in my brush, I can just keep going, or I can, oh, sorry, I got it done too low. But it makes these beautiful backgrounds, and you can do it in reds and any bold color you want. So see how I got that hard line? I can leave that there because I think it's kind of interesting. I got those though, I might want to blend that one out. But you just take it and squish it around, and I can clean this off. If I wanted to keep my colors from bleeding, I could clean that off, but I don't really want to keep my colors from bleeding. I kind of like them. So yeah, the purple was a little light. So you just keep messing with this until you like it, and then you let it dry. You might need to have that. Let me keep that up. So this is one of those that you just mess with until you like it, and then you stop when you're done. And if you notice, now I can either let this dry or I could heat it with my heat tool, but the heat tool makes so much noise. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to show you a dry one. So here's where I was talking about. It kind of pools along the edge. So if you would want to do it bigger than you need at the finished product, then you could trim that part off. So on this one, I added artistically inked dye over the top, and I even went in on some of those lines and put Wink Stella. So this is the finished product. Now, the important thing is when this dries, you're going to want to layer it over a white piece of paper. So you could use this side and it would be muted, or you could use this side and it would be bold, but you want to put a white sheet of paper underneath it so that it just shows up better. You wouldn't want to put it over, let's say, something dark. It just pops better if you put it over the white. So that's really all there is to it. You can see it's kind of drawing, and I've got those hard lines in there. I really like those. I think it adds character. So yeah, fun technique. You could do it in all sorts of colors. I did try, there's some specialty paper out, but I tried some of our old glossy cardstock, and it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't work. And then before I tried this, I had some photography paper, like photo paper, and it didn't really work at all because I think this was like inkjet one, so it didn't let it, and the green ran weird. So I would suggest doing it on vellum cardstock. We sell the vellum cardstock. I think it turns out the prettiest. You do have to add the white to the back, but I mean, what's another sheet of white? So yeah, it's drying here and it looks great. So try it. You've got some, the hardest part is, well, you got to go to a pretty much a pharmacy to get the 91% alcohol. But this was inexpensive. I think this was only like $3, $4 maybe. So yeah, try it and post your pictures below if you try something or if you have any questions. So I hope you had a good time learning about those tonight. That was just a quick little tutorial. If you got any questions, post them in the comments. And I will see you next Sunday. This is Carmen with Crafting with Carm. Have a good evening.